All right, so today, guys, we're gonna talk about what's in my wallet so I can get value from my natural spending. And to kick things off, I think it's important to talk about the actual wallet that I am using to hold my cards. The wallet that I'm using is a brand named Garzini, and it's a really nice wallet. It's made of genuine leather. It's not the most durable, say like a Ridge wallet. What happens with the genuine leather though, what I really like is that it gets more like vintage over time. Every time you pull a card out or scratch it, for example, it does add a little bit more character to the wallet. But that's not even the best thing about the wallet. Yes, it is genuine leather. It does hold 6 cards on the outside, 3 on each side, and then you also get slots on the inside for 2. But I use this side over here for my ID, and the other side holds a Polaroid picture of me and my girlfriend from Christmas of 2020. I also have these notes from my girlfriend in there too. This one says, "I love you, have a good day." It makes me very happy whenever I'm sad. You know, I can just pull out my wallet, look at the picture of her, and then picture that she's saying this, because nobody else likes to. More important than any of that though, is that this wallet is magical. With magic wallets, you have no money clip or anything to hold your cash, but what you do have is this bit of magic, and this is the coolest thing ever. It's my party chick. It's the one thing that I got going for me. With the magic wallet, just pretend these are money, because as you can see, I don't have any. You stick this on the outside here, and then just like that, it's on the inside. It's the coolest party trick ever. It's wow, it's so crazy. So whenever you're walking down the street and you see a $1 bill, you just go slap it in there, bam, it's inside. Whenever you're at a party and people are asking you, "What do?" You can be like, "I'm a magician." Enough talking about the wallet though, let's get into the cards that I'm using. As you can see by the wonderful demonstration that I made at the beginning of the video, I have 6 cards in my wallet. 5 of them are credit cards, 1 of them is a debit card that I use really never. I have it in my wallet just in case there's ever a time that credit cards are not accepted or I need to pay off a credit card, for example, in person. I have a debit card in those cases specifically. Now, probably my most used credit card in my wallet is my Chase Freedom Unlimited. As of recently, you guys may have seen my most recent video where I talk about how I redeemed some of my credit card points. The big workhorse that gets me a lot of these points is this guy here. The Chase Freedom Unlimited is amazing. It earns a flat 1.5x back on all spending categories, 3x back on dining, which is one that I do use a lot as well. But pretty soon you will see that that is a theme on most of my credit cards, 3x back on dining. My second most used credit card though is the Capital One SavorOne. This guy also gets me 3x back on dining, but the main thing that I use this credit card for is the streaming services category and the entertainment category. Say if I go to AMC to go watch a movie with my girlfriend, pull out this guy, get 3x back. My Spotify subscription actually, put it on this guy, 3x back. I also use this one. The main thing that this card gets me is 10x back on Uber and Uber Eats. I did do a full review where I talked about this card. It was actually my first ever video on the channel, so keep in mind. But I talk about how I love this card. It's a great card for me, and I use it a lot, especially for Uber Eats. I'd say that the next most used credit card in my wallet is the Chase Freedom Flex. With the Freedom Flex, it gives you a rotating 5x back on different categories each quarter. For this quarter, it is really nice because one of the categories is restaurants. So you can actually get 5x back on restaurants, and that stacks with the 3x back you normally get on dining too. So you get really good value there. The main thing that I do use this credit card though is for gas and groceries, because if you're not familiar, one of the welcome bonuses that Chase likes to throw out there sometimes for that card is 5x back for the first year on groceries and on gas. So it's been my card for groceries and gas. That does put this next card I'm gonna talk about into a little bit of a weird space, because this is the first ever credit card that I got myself. It is the Bank of America Custom Cash Rewards credit card. Started out as a secured card, eventually upgraded it by itself to a no annual fee actual credit card with a higher limit. What that card allows me to do is get 3x back on the category of my choice, ranging from basically anything. Previously, I used this card as my gas card, but with the Chase card getting me 5x back on gas for the first year, Kind of haven't really used that card too much. But I still do use it every now and then just so that I keep it open. And now we're gonna talk about one of my favorite credit cards, the Bilt MasterCard. This guy is awesome because it is probably the most effortless way to get tons of points, which can be transferred out to really, really good transfer partners such as Hyatt and American Airlines. The big thing with the Bilt MasterCard is that it is still one of the only, I think the only card that earns you 1x back on rent without having to pay any fees to use the card for rent. The way that I use it is through the Bilt Protect system that they have implemented on their app, which allows you to essentially get a bank account as a third party, which lets you get points for your Bilt card without using the Bilt card's actual credit limit, so you don't hurt your utilization. Basically by paying the one thing that typically is the highest spend category for most people if you rent. The only catch is that you do have to make 4 other transactions each billing cycle in order to get any points at all. It does earn as well 3x back on dining, which I do use honestly decently. It's one of my favorite cards to pull out because it is very metal and nice to flex to people. But also on the first day of each month, you do get rent day benefits, including double points on everything except for rent. So that 3x back actually becomes 6x back on that day. So if I'm gonna treat me and my girlfriend out to a nice meal sometimes, might as well do it with this card on the first day of the month. Is my setup the most optimal credit card setup? No. But do I get a lot of value from it personally? Absolutely. If you guys want to see how I recently got a lot of value from a more practical redemption, not for travel, check out my last video on my channel. Appreciate the support. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.